So if I'm reading this correctly, this guy did what his wife did back at Invictus Games. He took the microphone in an unplanned speech and he surprised these people at this upfront summit. And he says they're leaders, creators, builders, and change makers. So I'm guessing it's one of those business things. And I think he did. From what this says, the crowd was initially surprised when he stepped out onto the stage, so he wasn't planned to be there. So he stole a microphone, just like his fake black wife. Well, I mean, it's tough to be able to say that they're not together when she's, excuse me, literally rubbing off on him. Bro's just getting up on stage and saying he had something important to say. Yes, I'm so sure, Harry. And then one of the things that he says, not the first thing, but one of the first things he says is, I'm not one to be caught in the divide between left or right views, meaning politics, not cornered by a belief in blue or red. Well, that's very convenient, Harry, because we all just found out that you literally, and I mean that in the truest form of the word, literally, we all just found out that he literally donated over $600,000 to Democratic strategists. And this was even funnier to me because if you look at everything that has happened with these two idiots, where are these people's work? If you hired these people for strategies, are you saying that everything that we've lived, for the past years has been the strategies that these two idiots paid over $600,000 to these people for? I could believe it because Megan's that stupid. I bet you anything they were like, I'm just going to take their money because they're stupid rich people. That's how people in politics are. They're sharks. Okay, so the client goes on, I've approached everything in my life through the lens of service. You've made the Invictus Games about your wife and or about yourself. I want to ask you a question. Tell me in the comments, did you find out who actually won the Invictus Games? Because I didn't. I have no idea. I know that Great Britain placed silver in wheelchair, and I think that America won the gold. I think. But yeah, okay, Harry. So you've lived a life of service, obviously not with Invictus Games. He says, before I moved, so much of my life revolved around charity. Since then, while my charities remain a core part of my life's work, your only life's work, that's the only thing this man has, is these charities that were given to him by the royal racist and oppressive royal family. I've also been focusing on upstream solutions and prevention driven by decisions and investments. Yeah, we know you about money that address problems before they require fixing. Address problems before they require fixing. He's just talking to talk. He loves the sound of his own voice. And that's why we said it during the Invictus Games every single time he gave his speech. When he opens his mouth, nothing but crap comes out. So then he goes on about talking about his upbringing. He was never allowed to vote. Okay, so you're talking about American politics. As a dad, constantly looking for solutions. As a man who was born into a life of service. Yes, you were born into it, but you didn't do it. You backed out with your fake black wife. So I don't know why he keeps saying that. I recognize that with power and a platform comes responsibility. What responsibility? Has Harry actually helped anyone? This guy's talking as if he's like Mother Teresa or something. As far as I remember, there's one very specific story. This girl in Africa, I don't know her name specifically. I don't have it right here. But there was a girl in Africa that Harry promised to take care of, and he just left her over there. So if you're trying to say that with this crap, or with Harry's trying to say, not you, if Harry's trying to say this kind of crap, I was born into a life of service, I recognize that with power and platform comes responsibility. Well, you obviously are not responsible for the people that you claim you're going to help. So, and these days I'm determined to find and invest. There's that word again. See, this is just one of those summits for rich people. It's just so they can find funding from each other. They're not actually doing anything. It's just a bunch of rich people. Find and invest in solutions. It's just a whole lot of vague talk from this man.